What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, it did snow again. I can't wait till we hit summer so we can get rid of all this. Spring is around the corner, I know, but it's still snowing. I'm tired of seeing this snow, bro. I'm trying to get back outside, trying to, this is not it. But something I wanted to talk about yesterday, just didn't have no time, was about, being in solitude. I've learned that most people rather be alone. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing at all wrong with that. I just want to kind of talk about it because when you think about it, we are constantly surrounded by people for the most part. Whether it's your family, you're at work, around colleagues, friends, you name it. You run a business, you name it. You got a team that you building together, which I am looking for members to join my team as well. And I'll touch base later in a later video on that. But with all that going on, yet so many of us want to find that we need time away from all that. Like everybody has that thing where they just need a break. Again, you're not a robot, so I get it. Everybody need a break. And it's not that you don't, how can I explain? It's not that you don't enjoy socializing. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not that you don't enjoy networking. I love networking. I love building a team. So I'm looking for more people to join my team and put people in position that can make money. But many of us actually prefer to be alone sometimes, is what I'm saying. You find more clarity when you're alone. People like the comfort in that. And let's just go a little deeper. It's kind of like charging your phone, for example. When you constantly using it all the time, what's going to happen? The battery going to get drained. It's the same way when it comes to socializing and talking. And y'all know I could talk. A lot of y'all say I could be a speaker. I don't know. It's just something that's in me. But when you give it some time alone on the charger, like y'all should, like taking a break, that's what that is. It's fully ready to go again. That's what you got to do sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. People tend to get being alone and then being lonely mixed up. Like it's a difference. So we're gonna touch base in that too. But a lot of people deal with social anxiety. That's where that strain of social interaction come in. And while they could be rewarding, like socializing and networking, it could also be draining. It's draining. And the last time, just think about it. For example, the last time you attended some type of orientation, some type of program, some type of meeting, you was probably in there sleep. If it lasted longer than 30 to 45 minutes, you was probably in there like these. I get it. You probably was. If it's exhausting. Talking is exhausting. By the end, you probably was just tired. Moreover, and that's because just interacting, it's important, but it takes your energy. When you interact too much, it's enough. It's not enough time for you to rest. It's not enough time for you to take a break. And most people think they can't take a break. Yes, you can. You can take a break, especially if you putting the work in, you grinding, you hustling. It's okay to take a break. I had to learn that for myself because if not, you'll begin to become mentally drained more than physically, you know. And I always talk about mindset on this channel because I'm a real key person when it comes to that. It's easy to think that we need to be on all the time. No, you don't. Answer messages. No. No, it's okay to take time to yourself. Everybody needs that. That's why a lot of people find themselves retreating to their own space. Like when you finally do get that time, you fall in love with that pretty much. It's because you're recharging. Now, for most, they can't sit quietly. Most of y'all don't know how to do that. Just be to yourself and just be cool. Simply because you're not used to it. Simply because most of y'all might be scared of being by yourself. Who knows? I'm still trying to put my finger on it. I told y'all yesterday, I don't even think people would last a week just sitting by themselves for a moment. And my guy said it's because they fighting demons. Yeah, that's true too. People dealing with a lot of stuff mentally, like I said before. That's when it becomes mentally draining. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Being alone isn't the same as being lonely. It's a difference. In fact, solitude can be often led to the most profound moments of your life, if I'm being honest. Self-discovery, it's a time where you can hear your own thoughts for a moment instead of listening to everybody and their mama about their opinions. You can listen to yourself on what you want to do, not listening to Joe Smo and Sally and Sam on what you should do for your situation. It's okay to get an opinion, but then listening, nah. Listen to yourself first, figure that out first, and then, get a couple opinions. If you rock with that, cool. If you don't, then you can still listen to yourself for a moment. You can touch your creative side. You can tap in. Like, when you get by yourself, you tap into a whole different side of you, is what I'm saying. Like, I've seen it for myself. Dang, Monty, this look like a movie. Appreciate it. Like, it's just, I'm taking time critiquing my work, getting back in that bag that I wanted to hop in. We don't always get that kind of time. We don't always get that kind of opportunity because we always in the mix. Always. But when you alone, we have that opportunity again to explore who we are, what we want, and what we need, most importantly. And honestly, there's something incredibly peaceful about being by yourself. That's why people rather be by themselves or be alone. Excuse me. It's because it's a peace that comes over people. Y'all know I talked about peace yesterday. Peace is something that I will never let nobody take from me ever again or ever in life. Ever. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. People rather be by themselves or be alone because they don't have to deal with the stress of other people. When people are going through things, they stress you out. For a fact. Like, people tend to throw they stress that they deal with on other people. I hate that. I hate that. And I don't know, just it's that how can I explain it? People rather have that peace than have to worry about anyone else's opinions and expectations, is what I'm saying. And I don't blame them. That's why I tell you to keep your peace. You need to protect your peace. And the only way that you keep that is by kind of being by yourself and being quiet. Like I said the other day, you be quiet. That's how you protect it. And I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Being alone, no. Let me take that back. Loneliness, I think it stems from emptiness. And there's a difference because loneliness is like, how can I explain it? It's like you kind of yearning for like a connection. That's what loneliness is. It's like you are wanting something or someone to be around that connect. Um, it's important to recognize the difference because lonely is like being in solitude, and it's like a positive experience. Loneliness isn't that. Loneliness isn't that. You could be alone and feel content, right? Even energized, even when you by yourself. You can also be surrounded by people and feel disconnected. I hope I'm using that in the right phrase. Um, the key is how we approach our time alone. That's what I think. When you by yourself, like, what are you doing when you're by yourself? Are you being productive? Like with me, I'm by myself, but I'm being productive. I'm on social media, running my business. I'm also running a couple other accounts that I don't even show my face on, as well as I'm running Instagram now, and I just got monetized on Facebook, maybe 2-3 days ago. So now I'm on Facebook trying to figure out that lane. Like, I'm using my time to be productive and get better at my craft. The next thing that I'm going to do is incorporate more vlog content into what I do. It's all about just planning the vlogs and trying to be more creative, think outside the box, you know, whether that takes me a week to come up with the video and then post. No matter what, I'm being creative and using my time wisely. I'm not just wasting it and withering away and just being sad and, you know, um, yeah. You want some type of space to grow and have peace. If we're alone and struggling with loneliness, it might be a sign that we need to examine our relationship or examine our mental health. Like, what type of mental state are we in? What are we going through? That's where you need to kind of like figure some things out, um, and figure out that connection to the world around us. Yeah, that's the best way I could put it. Most people rather be alone for peace, um, more than ever. Let me know what y'all think.